So if Miz ever wants to have one more match with Eugene, Miz, please subscribe, comment, like, and share these videos. So here on Eugene Behind the Scenes, a lot of people have been asking me, Eugene, tell me about your last WWE match. Let's call it my most recent WWE match, which happened in 2009, August 10th, 2009, from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. It was Eugene against the Calgary Kid. Contract on a pole match.
Contract on a pole match.
That means they put a pole on one of the ring posts, and way up top, feet, 10s of 15s of 16s of feet in the air, was a contract to be on Monday Night Raw, to be a WWE superstar. Contract on a pole match. Whoever gets up the pole and get the contract first is the winner, and they get a contract on Monday Night Raw. Now, WWE had been in Louisville, Kentucky for Monday Night Raw the previous May, I do believe. And I went there to get my face shown and say hello and shake hands and blah, blah, blah. And at that point, it was Johnny Ace that pulled me aside, pulled myself and Rob Conway aside, and wanted to possibly bring us back to work with the newer, younger talent on the road. Idea was we were going to be carpenters, an old term. Basically, it's a guy that can work with anybody, that can help bring up the new talent, but might not necessarily get featured all the time on TV, just enough TV time to let the people know that this guy's around. But I'd be working with the new and upcoming talent. And again, this was like 2009-ish. I had to go up there for all the pre-hire testing. You know, they check you out physically, full physical. They check your injuries to then decide if they're going to hire you, which they did. I'd had a few more independent bookings that I had committed to that I had to finish. And this might be a whole nother video, this tour right here, but I went on tour with Rock and Roll Buck Zumhoff with Rock and Roll Wrestling. 11 days on the road with rock and roll. And if anybody knows anything about rock and roll, he's got a story unto himself. But regardless, this was throughout Wisconsin and Minnesota. And they have something up there that really got me. And it was a thing called Taco John's. Taco John's is a fast food taco joint up in the northern Midwest. You would think if it's a fast food Mexican place, it would be Taco Juan's, not Taco John's. But irregardless, it was always open late. So when we're leaving the shows, we could get it. And the one thing they had on their menu was potato olays. Oh my gosh, potato olays. They're like, what do they call, like the little crispy rounds? Not hash brown, not tater tots, but little crispy rounds with the Taco John seasoning, and they were delicious. So I figured, I'm going back to WWE. I'm getting back on the road. I'm getting back on that train, and we're going forward. So for the next 11 days, I'm just going to relax, have a good time, and enjoy my last independent, tour for a while. I didn't realize, though, that drinking that amount of beer every day and eating potato olays and bean burritos every night would actually make me gain probably about 10 to 15 pounds in about 2 weeks, which I did. So when I came back to be seen, once I was under contract, it was the week before the match with The Miz. Oh, I revealed it too soon, didn't I? With the Calgary Kid.
And from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, Calgary Kid.
And they saw me, I believe we were in New York. And that's when Johnny Ace pulled me aside and said, "What the fuck? We're not selling old fat Eugene." I just seen him in May, and I might have had a little bit more weight, but I wasn't in horrible shape. I felt like if they wanted Eugene to be a body guy, they would have told me in May, "Hey, we need you to get in better shape." What Johnny Ace told me the day he saw me was, "Why didn't you ask to go to FCW?" I'm working for you. What'd you tell me to go to FCW? I didn't get that. Maybe just an excuse from Johnny Ace. So I went home after the first event I went to, which I think it was in New York. I wasn't scheduled to go to Canada because normally they have to fill out all the, not work visa, but whatever it is to get into another country. And I wasn't on that at the time, so I wasn't going to Canada. And at the last minute, like the Friday before Monday, they called and said, "Hey, I want you to come to Canada." And I knew that was odd right away. I was like, "Oh man, I don't know." And I had lost, in a matter of a week, I think I lost 8 pounds. Like I was trying to get slimmer. I show up in Calgary, took a while to tell me what I was going to do. We're going to have you in a contract on a pole match against the Calgary Kid, who ended up being The Miz. Spoiler alert. And I knew right away, I said, man, if I'm going to lose a contract on a pole match, what's the chances that my contract is going to be null and void after this match? And they said, oh, we want you to go 12 minutes on Monday Night Raw and have this big match and all this. I'm like, okay. They come back a little bit later. Well, you might have 7 minutes. All right, no problem. Well, you might have 3 minutes. And I think we had 2 minutes or something when we got out there. I remember during the match, the fans were loving Eugene. They hadn't seen him in 2 years. Oh, my gosh, they're so excited. Eugene has come back to WWE.
Introducing first from Louisville, Kentucky, Eugene.
Have you ever seen a contract, a WWE contract?
Against the Calgary Kid. No, although, the Calgary didn't have a warm place for the Calgary Kid. They had no idea who he was. And I thought about this beforehand. I thought, if I lose this contract on a pole match, my contract might be out. But if I win, although I was not supposed to win, if I did win, then would I continue having a contract on Monday Night Raw? And that ran through my mind a couple of times. But no, I can't go into business for myself, as they say. I remember in the match, live on Raw, standing on that top rope, the contract within a grasp of my fingers. But alas, I didn't take it because it wasn't what I was supposed to do. The Calgary Kid ended up winning.
Will it be the Calgary Kid who becomes a member of Monday Night Raw? And it is. Wait a minute.
Pulled off the mask, and it was The Miz. Why did The Miz need to win a contract on a pole match? Previously, The Miz had lost a match against John Cena. I think that was the time when John Cena was in like 2 or 3 angles on Raw at the same time. One of them was against The Miz, and he lost a match where he could no longer be on Monday Night Raw. Get rid of The Miz. Get him out, which is what everybody wanted. Nobody liked The Miz. Can't trust a guy with a smile like that. So Miz out of Raw. But he pulls off the mask and it's the Calgary Kid, and he made his way back in. And that was the last time that Eugene was on Monday Night Raw.
Athlete. Challenge. Calgary Kid with a headbutt.
Now, I did go to a Raw event, a WWE event, a couple years later. It's been probably, 2016 maybe, 2017, 2018, in Sioux Falls when I was living in Sioux Falls. Then I saw The Miz backstage, and what was the first thing he said? Hey, I had your last match. So if Miz ever wants to have one more match with Eugene, Miz. So after I got back home from Calgary, losing in a contract on a pole match to The Miz, it wasn't but a couple days. I feel like it was the next Friday, but I could be wrong. I got home on a Tuesday. It could have been Wednesday. But within those next 3 days, Johnny Ace called me and, we got to let you go. We're not selling old fat Eugene. So it was pretty quick that I got shit canned right after my most recent Monday Night Raw appearance. But The Miz almost kicked off his career by getting the rub off Eugene, and he's still trying to get the rub off Eugene. 2023, when The Miz was in the angle with LA Knight, what did he say? LA Knight is a flash in the pan. The next Fandango without tap shoes. The next Eugene without crayons. The hell kind of statement is that? Miz, if you want a crayon, as The Rock would say, I'll turn that sumbitch sideways and stick it straight up your Rudy Poo candy ass. If you like this video and you want to see more content from Eugene behind the scenes, click on one of these videos. They are awesome.